Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll leave it with him. Got room at the 35. There he goes to the right. There he goes. 10. Touchdown Wolverines. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They go to the ground. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Makes the catch. It's Locke. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Looking to throw on first down. The throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Locke. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football, and we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Tight end now in motion. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. They'll run it. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Irish!
Number 6 is in the end zone.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. One final play before the end of the quarter. The give to the tailback. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. In this rivalry, you could just about write the history of the game. Rockne and Fielding Yost, Schembechler and Holtz, the Rocket and Desmond Howard. So many great moments in this rivalry, which has been played since the 1800s.
So many great moments, so many great plays, great players. And how about the uniforms? Just clean.
There he goes. Past the first down marker and still running. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
And the Wolverines are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack, because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the returner will be knocked down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Carr. He's got an open man. All by himself down the middle. He's loose. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he added the extra point. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. On the option. He'll toss it. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. to the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Finds the tight end. Lots of running room. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Complete to the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Fires to the big fella.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Turning on the Jets. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got it behind the line. It's Haynes. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. They'll immediately call timeout. With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Back to throw, it's Carr. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. On target to the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking for a crease. It's locked. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill faster.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. They'll try the run. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Pulls it in. It's locked. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Moving out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
2nd down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Back to pass, it's Carr. Working that left side now. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Fires to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Irish.
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole first quarter, and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. Building momentum, picking up the chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air, it's Simpson. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He'll throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Bernard. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum.
Turning it on! He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
With the run on first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Looking to throw on third and goal. Looking to get it in. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Snap in the shotgun. To the house. Touchdown time.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air, it's Carr. Looking downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Locke. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. first snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They're going to ride this running back. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking to throw at Simpson. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet.
Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Alabama! And that one will give them the lead.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Looking to throw, it's Carr. The quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sidelines, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go lines against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Quickly complete. Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this.
Makes the grab, he's got a first down. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
All right, fourth quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. At quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense just, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick. And then that was a really good play by the offense. Pretty good coverage by the defense, but I got to make them earn it all the way down the field.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to... Dropping back, it's Carr. Gets it out quickly. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
Trying to run, it's Price. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gonna run it. It's Price. Headed to the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I've seen the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. They're celebrating on the sideline after taking the lead, but still time on the clock. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Simpson. Shoots it to the left. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation if they're going to get the win.
This late in the game, fourth quarter, go time, we got to make plays. We got to go to those things that really, really work well. We can't waste too many more downs. I know it's third down coming up, but we got to put this.
Pulls it in on the right. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires one high and deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And those are the plays that you worry about as a defensive coordinator, man. Not getting beat over the top, but not just by any guy, but by a guy that can fly. And they've been...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the last chance comes up empty, and the ball game is over. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block and run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Fires to the big fella. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Makes the grab. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. From the gun to give, looking for room. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Pulls it in. It's Price. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Right, nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What? What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. To the air, it's Carr. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. quick completion on the out. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up first and goal. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He'll set up to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
This should be the last play of the quarter. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to bowl his way in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Caught, close to the marker, it's Dell. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
The play action fake. That's caught. It's Frazier. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Looking downfield on first down. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. And the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Fields. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute. And they do it.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. Complete downfield. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Release to the back. Oh, he makes the catch. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Scanning the field, it's Carr. Touchdown, Irish! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. It's complete. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. To the air on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. And just like that, with the big play, they're set up as he goes out of bounds at the 18. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Right down the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit.
He'll take a shot. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room. Much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Going for it all. He's got it for a big play. Loose in the middle. Touchdown Bulldogs. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Man, there was something going on that play between the quarterback and receiver. They were looking at each other, and it was almost like they were smiling. The receiver's out to his right. He saw something he liked. He knew he had the post throw, and it was on. Shows you the speed, puts on the afterburners, accurate throw, and it's a touchdown.
Makes the grab for the 2. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Carr. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been in expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used the reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
He fires to the left side. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the foot.
Wide open spaces. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
We know this defense loves to play a lot of zone coverage, so you're seeing this offense now attacking that. They're letting the receivers find the soft spots in the zones so they can advance the football.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Buys a little extra time. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays.
He's got it. First down and more. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the ground with the back. Oh, out of space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run beat coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. hands it off. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Got him downfield. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Georgia. They move on top here in the fourth.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket. He comes away with the sack.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football. You're just trying to
Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Strong kick to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
There he goes! Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. And the Nittany Lions are on the move. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Touchdown, Penn State! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Wants to throw. It's Carr. Got it in the middle. It's gone. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. First down here for the offense. Wants to go up top on first down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Sneak gets it done.
What makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas? He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. And they go for the sneak on second down and nothing doing.
You know, if you're calling quarterback sneak in that situation, you're expecting to get the first down, but up front, you've got to do a better job getting some push. No way he got that first.
They're going to run it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Quick strike through the air from the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. From the gun, looking for a man. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man,
and sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
A little screen to the running back. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Using his legs, it's Singleton. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Wide open downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw, it's Carr. He'll take a deep shot here. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, time running short in the half. Unloads to the wideout. And it's caught. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this 1st half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
He's got it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. Kickoff kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather.
This one away.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Carr. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lott. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking downfield on first down. That one came in hot, and it's incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time, throwing the incompletion.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Snagged in the middle, it's Fields. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And, man, that's frustrating for an offense. You got a little something going. You had a little bit of momentum, but they've got to do a better job of protecting their guy, keeping him upright, letting him go make some plays for this offense. That's the only way he's going to get.
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest, walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So it's an 80-yard drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Allard. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
They'll go to the ground. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Give to the back. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. The Nittany Lions have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Reynolds. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
The Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't work the ball in. It'll be fourth down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Back to throw, it's Allard. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Catch in the middle, it's Bauman. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
To the air on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Gets the back moving. Second down, he'll throw it. That's reeled in. It's Bob. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds his tight end. They'll stop him short on third down in this defense, trying to make sure they stay on top. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Has to get there to move the sticks. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Love the play call here. Love the decision to go RPO on fourth down. You're giving yourself options, but right here, you're just trusting in your offensive line and your running back to go get you the first down. Well done.
A strike downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Talk about stepping up at a huge moment of the game. This guy's been relatively quiet throughout the game, but here in a 2-minute situation, he makes arguably the biggest play of the game so far for his offense. Nice job.
He's got it. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the touchdown Notre Dame. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. His drive will open from the 15. Looking for a man. It's Aller. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Man, this late in the game, it's go time. I got to have a score. I'm not worried about downs. I'm going through my 2-minute script. We know what's coming. We practiced this all week. It's second down, incomplete pass, go to third down. If we need to go for it on fourth down, this offense just has to keep that high energy up and try to run these plays fast.
So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to go up top on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Back to pass on second down. He's got an open man. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Caught over the middle. It's Reynolds. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And the Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Aller. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Complete to the left. They finally get to it. What a play there to pick up the first down.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
Off the RPO, complete. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you're talking about coming out ready, hair's on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. On the run, it's Love. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Got a man. It's locked. There he goes. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup slotted at the 25-yard line.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle. And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Back to pass, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. He's loose. Lots of running room. The 30. The 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for room. It's locked. Finds Zach Brees, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air, it's Carr. Good timing on the quick out. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Trying to keep this drive alive. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity for the defense. An opportunity on 4th down to get off the field, see some of this momentum, give it back to your offense. They just could not bring him down before the sticks.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Carr. Makes the grab. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Sends it back in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a 2nd. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the field goal unit is on the field. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Got a man, it's Watkins. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him in stride of the tap. Touchdown, LSU! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. Ripping off a really good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Tigers will kick it away to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Quick completion on the out route. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Got the quick pass. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on third and short. The throw to the outside is complete. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that foot.
Turning on the Jets. Turning it on. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the back. Makes the catch. It's Durham. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed.
It's a seam wide open.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for space. It's Durham. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, LSU 14, Notre Dame 10.
With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. Wide open spaces. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
The handoff keeps working on that clock. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Watkins. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. It's complete. kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. And the Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll run it on first and goal. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running it.
Using his feet. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
All right, defense, if they score, it's a wrap. It's over. So we got to find a way. I know the clock's our enemy, but we got to find a way to get a stop, put ourselves in a position to get the ball with some clock and try to go down and make something happen offensively.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer. They were able to get the sack.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here.
Oh, a lot of space. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Carr. He makes the catch. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Irish! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. And the returner will be brought down.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you have got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams. Man, that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Paulie.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He leaves it with his back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the Big House. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. Trying to take it back. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wolverine. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the 1st quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Back to throw, it's Carr. Fires to the middle. Got his man. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Quarterback making checks. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Gives it on the option. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to throw on 3rd. He's got it down the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target or make the big play, get the touchdown.
He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. There's no logical reason these two shouldn't play every year. The proximity, both powerhouses, but squabbles get in the way from time to time, guys.
They sure do, and I think Notre Dame being an independent always makes things tricky and difficult, but at the same time, they're always playing USC every year, David. I'd love to see them schedule Michigan each and every season.
And just make it happen. We've lost so many rivalries in sports because of money, because of conference realignment. We don't need to lose another one.
Give to the running back from the shotgun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Gets it out fast. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the handoff. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. The quick out.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here no matter where you are in the field. Keep this drive going.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. Trying to do it on the ground. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory. He might have a question or two to answer about that decision. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's McCulley. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Looking to the big tight end. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, the ground game. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Makes the grab past the marker. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. They convert the 4th down, but back to the line with no time to waste. With the catch, it's McCulley. And went through the defender, and now he's still running.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Catch in the middle, it's Haynes. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Wolverines will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. On the move, it's Love. A solid run there to create a little space. He's marked down at the 15. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. What a grab along the right sideline for the huge play.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the 3rd quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? The defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is up.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
With the catch, it's McCulley. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting...
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Just 1 for 3 on fourth down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it in the middle, it's Morgan. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Carr. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Yeah, the defense knew coming into this game that this offense was going to try and throw it down the middle of the field. So they knew that they were going to have to break on passes, but also be really physical, tackle the catch, and knock the ball away. And they were able to do that there.
Quickly complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The offense is taking a chance here, staying on the field inside its own 40. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. So now it's 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He might want another play. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Running into the open space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To throw, it's Underwood. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Gonna take a shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game, they were
going downfield for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And how nice has it been to have a big physical quarterback like this guy, right? You got fourth and short, quarterback sneak. Everybody knows it. He's just plowing into that offensive line and driving his legs, pushing forward to pick up the first down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake.
There he goes. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. The give on the option. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock.
Oh, he's got some space. There he goes. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Notre Dame looks as if they're warming up for a victory march as they push out this lead.
I'll tell you what, David, the Irish have done a fantastic job recruiting, and those playmakers have shown up here in this game.
Yeah, and handling the moment, handling the big rivalry game with Michigan, a big showdown. Now can they finish this off because they're looking good right now.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing it that ball would just trickle into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Klein. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on first down. He wants a big play here late. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been
Nothing but green grass down the middle. Crosses midfield. The 30. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Gamecocks will put total under to crank us up. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Finds the tight end. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, they'll pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively.
He's loose. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Quick completion on the out. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got the tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. You don't want to have to settle for the field goal down here. When you have a red zone weapon like this dude, use him.
Yeah, and when you get in this area and you've got that big target and that big fella that you can find and you know he's going to win, those critical 3rd down situations, you're going to find him more and more. Great connection right there.
The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Carr. He's got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Fighting Irish!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9. Scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Fires to the big fella. Crosses the 45. Lots of running room. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there.
Grabs it inside the 10. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter.
South Carolina, 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Zings it complete to the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Dropping back, it's Carr. Got his man. At the 40, there he goes. Right down the boulevard. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Wide open, he makes the catch. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
Number 69, set to kick this one away.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Carr. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense is...
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back to throw, it's Carr. He rifles one deep to the left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you could really get dangerous in this ball game.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got the back over the middle.
You know, that play right there shows me the quarterback has a plan. He had no hesitation. The defense was bearing down on him. He got hit on that play, but he knew where his running back was. Got it out to him quick, and as a result, they avoided the negative play and sack.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking for a man, it's Carr. Makes the grab on the left. Kearney on the Jets. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Looking to throw on first down. Good timing on the quick out.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Might be changing the route. They'll go to the air on second and short. Fires toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. It's complete along the sidelines. It's a catch inbounds, and it's a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no play.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Carr. Dumps it to the back. This time he's got his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's blocked. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Back to throw, it's Carr. Quickly to the tight end. Open space at the 25. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Scores on the sneak.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Going deep. Makes the grab on the left side. Off and running. Touchdown Gamecocks. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Back to pass, it's Carr. Complete downfield. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Looking to throw on first down. A shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Quarterback adapting. Running to Green. Quarterback gets the first down. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really good, and you can trust him. They trust him in this offense.
Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Let's see what they do on third down. To the air, it's Sellers. He's going to let one fly down the middle.